गणपतये नमः। ॐ गुं गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सं सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम्। We'll start today's class with chanting of Mahamrityunjaya 3 times, and then we will enter into the topics. Why? Because the topic is very much related to the Mrityunjaya. Chant together. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv Bandhanan Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv Bandhanan Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat. Om Trambakam Sugandhim Urvarukamiv Bandhanan Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat. Mrityoho bandhanat mukshiya amridat ma. Please release from the bondage of mrityu, the death. May I never be denied the experience of immortality. Very powerful mantra. And today we are thinking of going through a very interesting topic, that is Punarjanma and Marananandara Gati. What happens after death? And what is the understanding of rebirth? That is the topic. And I'm sure many of you might have read the Book of Dead. Have you read? It's a very famous book from the tradition, this Tibetan tradition. It's known as the Book of Dead. Nice book. Sometimes when you want to read something interesting, it's a very interesting book. That's from the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. And what is the view of our dharma, Sanatana Dharma, about the life after death? Is there a life after death? This is the first question. And many people say that there's nothing. You know, there was a philosophical stream known as Charvakaha. We can actually cannot call them atheism. It is a very different kind of a school which believe that there is nothing after death. Basmi bhudasya dehasya punaragamanam kutaha. Once this is over. If that is the stand, then there are lots of questions which cannot be answered. For example, we see that sometimes, we are born, some children are born, and you see there's so much of suffering in their life. Child is born with a cancer. A child is, so many things happens, or each one of us. Why we are all different? Because like the same father and mother, there are suppose 5 children, all 5 are different. Their talents are different, how they think is different, how they go through in their life is different. How can we explain this? And there are enough literature, not just Purana and Itihasa, but the Vedic literature itself talks about this topic of life after death. So we believe that there is a life after death and there is rebirth. Many religions of this world, Christian, Islam, even Abrahamic religions, Buddhism, Jainism, they all believe that there is a life after death. But their views are very limited. Now what about our Sanatana Dharma, Vaidiga Sanatana Dharma? We have Ekadasha Pandhanaha. What happens to us after death? The Sanatana Dharma says there are not 1, 2 or 3, but there are Ekadasha Pandhanaha. There are 11 paths through which a jiva goes through after death. First and the foremost is known as Kaivalya Moksha. Suppose here we realize, I am not this Manobuddhi Ahankara Chitta, Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. I am that supreme reality. I am that consciousness alone. I am not this jiva. I am not this body. I am that supreme consciousness in which all these things are appearing and disappearing. I have nothing to do with this. There is no karma, there is no karma gati, nothing. I am that absolute consciousness. A person who realizes this, experience it here. Upanishad says, Natasya pranaha utkramandi. That person doesn't go anywhere. Why? Who is going and coming? Who goes and comes back? Jiva. It's only Jiva who goes and comes back. When I realize that I am not the Jiva, where to go? Kaun jayega? Who will go? There's nobody to go, there's nobody to come. So that, suppose when I realize I am that supreme consciousness, I experience, not only just study and understand, when I experience that I am that Paramatma, there is no more going, there's no more coming, which is known as Paragatihi. This life after death in our Sanatana Dharma refers as Gati, Jiva Gati, the paths. What is the Paragatihi? Paragati is known as Kaivalya Moksha. When this body, falls, that's it, the body falls, that's all. Because this consciousness has become one with the Supreme Consciousness, there's no more coming, going, nothing. I experience that oneness, that's it. That is known as the Paragati. Now comes the second. Many of you might have studied the Ishavasya Upanishad. And Ishavasya Upanishad there is a statement, avidyaya mrityum tirtva vidyaya amritamashnute. Whenever we study that, there Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya says that, what do you mean by that vidyaya amritamashnute? He says that the jiva gets prakriti laya. What is the second stage? The ultimate is known as Kaivalya Moksha. Next is known as Prakriti Laya. A jiva who is a great upasaka, and then he has gone through different purifications and all that, and attains the very highest level. That jiva becomes one with Prakriti. That merges back into the Prakriti, and as long as this creation is there, he never manifests, but next creation he will come back. It's like a long sleep. Now how we go into deep sleep, like that jiva also goes back into Prakriti, and there is no more rebirth for long period. But next cycle will reappear. This is known as the Prakriti Laya. This is the second highest stage after the body is left. We leave the body. Then comes the third, known as Brahmaloka Prapti athava Krama Mukti. What is Brahmaloka Prapti or Krama Mukti? Upanishad says very beautifully, te brahmaloke tu parantakale paravrutat parimuchyandi sarve. Suppose all of us, we heard Upanishads, we have studied the Adhyatma Shastra, and all of us are trying to realize this Paramatma, and because of our vasanas, before actually experiencing that oneness with the Paramatma, suppose our body falls. We have studied, we understood, we are trying to give up all the negativities, and we are meditating upon that truth as our own self. There is no more desires in our heart, everything. And we know, intellectually we are convinced, we are practicing, but the body has an expiry date. At that moment, the body will fall. Suppose a sadhaka is practicing the best possible way, but the body falls, what will happen to him? Says, don't worry. You will attain the Uttarayana Gati and will reach the Brahmaloka. There, Sakshal Brahmaji will teach you. Like we study in Kaivalya Upanishad, he himself will teach us. And Paravidya Swarupini Sakshal Sri Sharadamba, Saraswati is there to bless us, to inspire us. There we will go into meditation, into Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, and in Brahmaloka itself we will realize. So don't worry. We will go to a better place where we can meditate and become one with the Supreme. This is known as the... See, but what happens is, at the time of death, the body falls, the jiva again, the jivatva is there, we attain that Paramagati. Paramagati means that Brahmaloka, and from there, again we meditate and realize the Supreme. It's known as Krama Moksha. The first is Kaivalya Prapti here. Second is Prakriti Laya. Third is Krama Mukti athava Brahmaloka Prapti. Then comes the fourth Gati. That Gati is known as Ishta Devata Loka Prapti. I love some form of Bhagavan. Okay, I like Krishna, I like Shiva, I like Rama, I like Vishnu, I like Devi, whatever. And my entire Shraddha is in that. I worship, I get connected with that Supreme, and I pray. Now, Bhagavan, I don't want to become, Sri Ramakrishna says, I don't want to become the sugar. I want to taste the sugar. What is the point of becoming sugar? Let me taste. Like that, oh Bhagavan, you are the Ananda Kalyana Gunanidhi. No, I don't want to become one with you. I just want to see you, to be with you, enjoy your presence. No, that's what I want. Tadhastu. How we request, how we pray, so we are blessed. So we have Salokya, Sakalya, Samipya, Sarupya Moksha. We attain that gati. Suppose I am a Vishnu Bhakta, I enter into the Vaikuntha Loka, and I am in the Vaikuntha Loka. If my sadhanas are more, then I will be near Bhagavan, I will be seeing Bhagavan. And I have done more sadhanas and got connected, I will become one, the same, like Bhagavan, only that Srivalsa will not be there. So, Sarupya, Samipya, this is all possible, and I eternally live in that Vaikuntha Loka. Whenever Bhagavan says, let us go for a picnic, and they come to the earth, so we also come, may come, if we want. That is known as the Ishta Devata Loka. If I am a Shaiva Bhakta, I enter into Kailasa, like that. We learn about them in the Purana and such Shastras. That is the fourth Gati. Fifth Gati is known as Parordhva Lokaha. See, when we talk about the Urdhva Loka, what are the Urdhva Lokas? Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. The Satya Loka is Brahma Loka, that we have already discussed. Suvarloka is the Surgloka, the heavens. In between the Brahmaloka and the Surloka, there are three lokas. Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha. Three lokas are there. These lokas are considered as higher lokas, higher than the Surga. And these three lokas are reserved for great tapasvins, great masters, Siddhaha. See, they have already, realized the truth, but they want to be, in a kind of jivatva, because they want to be. And they are there in the Urdhva Lokas, and then they say that they are the one who stabilizes the world. They say, if we are really sincere in our sadhanas, they always help us. Suppose, I'm sure if we have taken up any sadhanas in our life, we'll see that from somewhere, somehow, help comes to us. Suppose you have taken up a sadhana that every day at 4 o'clock I will get up and will do japa. One day you went to bed 2 o'clock. But you will feel that somebody is, calling you. Something happens and you get up at 4 o'clock. Whatever sadhanas you take up, you see that there are some powers which actually help us in our spiritual journey. So they believe that, and also, we say many of the Mahatmas who were born in this, Sri Ramakrishna called them Nitya Siddhaha. They are not born like us to go through their different karma or vasanas or prarabdha. They come down to help humanity. They have nothing to gain. They come down, take birth, and then live with us so that all of us will have some wisdom of life. Such beings are there. And they are in these three lokas. And what is the difference between these three lokas? They say that sukshma tamatva. In all these three lokas are sukshma, all higher lokas. But you see, you know that Chenda. Chenda, you know that Kerala drums? You listen to that? Yes, that sound is there. And there is tabla. And there is Shuddha Mridanga. This all create sound only. But it's all different. The Veena or the Venu, they all are sound, but it's all have some become more subtler and subtler and subtle. And these lokas are also subtler. Which are they? Mahaha, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka. Where great beings reside and they balance not only earth, the entire universe. So that is suppose we are also enter into that kind of sadhanas, we do so much of tapas, but any moment we can be attain that kaivalya papti, but we want to be, in that jivatva, but for the welfare of the universe, suppose such people are there, they enter to this urdhvaloka prapti, this higher realms of existence. So, first one is kaivalya, second is prakritilaya, third is brahmaloka, fourth is ishtadevata, fifth is urdhvaloka. Next is the sixth one, known as Surgaloka Prapti, the heavens. Wow. Everybody want to go to heavens. Surgaloka. Everybody want to go to heavens, but the visa is very difficult to get. You want to go to Bhutan, you go to Bhutan and then they will give you on the border itself visa. Want to go to America, it will take time and more effort. I'm not telling America is heavens or anything, just this to enter into the Surgaloka, they say Ishtapurte. We have to perform Ishta Karma and Purta Karma. What is Ishta Karma? Veda says, Surga Kamo Jyotishtomena Yajeta. We have to worship Bhagavan through the Vedic rituals. Yaga, Yajna, Nitya Karma, Nityanusthana, Nityagnihotra. All those Ishvara Aradhana should happen along with Purta Karma. What is this Purta Karma? Means we have to do Vapi, Kupa, Tadaka, Ghananam. All philanthropic activities also should be there. Not only I do Yaga Yajna, along with Yaga Yajna, I should serve the society in different ways. When both the, Yaga Yajnadi Punya and Seva to the world are combined together, it creates Apurva. It creates a very strong, Punya base for us. And then we enter into heavens. Surgaloka Prapti. Now we know that many people, they are not interested in all the Yaga, Yajna, worship of Bhagavan. See, they are not against Bhagavan or anything. They say, I am doing good karma. Why should I go to temple? I am doing good karma, but I don't want to do all this, puja, kija. There are many people like that. They are doing lots of good karma. They take care of their family. They fulfill their dharma as an individual, as a householder, as the citizen of the country. They take care. They are walking the path of dharma, but not very spiritual or anything. They are not against, okay? They are not very spiritual as such, but they take care of the dharma as a person, what will happen to them? Shastra says they will enter into Pitruloka. Pitruloka Prapti. So, that's why most of our ancestors, when we do any karma, we do avahanam from Pitruloka only. Because generally it is to enter into the Surgaloka is not that easy. But when we are a very dharmic person, we fulfill our dharma, etc., etc., then that jiva enters to Chandraloka or Pitruloka. So, entering into this Pitruloka and Surgaloka are known as Dakshinayana Gati. Why? Kshine Punye Martyalokam Vishanti. Whether I am entering into Pitruloka or Chandraloka or the Devaloka, both those places are like, they are like, we are visiting a country with a tourist visa. Okay, we have a tourist visa. When I have a tourist visa, I am not supposed to work and earn money in that land. Although Indians do that, all things. But we are not supposed to do that. When you have a tourist visa with you, you are supposed to just go there, spend your money and come back. You are not supposed to earn there. So both these two lokas, whether it's Pitraloka or Devaloka, they are Bhogaloka. They are actually places to enjoy, relax, enjoy that, the result of your punya karma. You have done. So there, the transaction is not with money or dollar or anything. There, the transaction happens according to your balance. Which balance? Bank balance nahi, aapka punya balance. How much punya you have gained in your life. When you are here, what kinds of actions you have done and how much punya you have put in your bank. Because this punya bank is that which actually will help us. But then what is the difference between the, Pitraloka and Devaloka? Both places are for enjoyment. But it's like this. Suppose I am in one vacation, the family decided, let us go to Switzerland. Okay. So we go to Switzerland, and then beautiful, mountains are there, and the, arrangements are so good. Everything is very nice. We enjoy, and when our visa is over or the money is over, we come back. Next vacation, it's not that good. Corona years. So I could not gain much. So what we do? But we want to go somewhere. So we go to Thailand. Thailand also, why we are going? To enjoy only. But the quality of the enjoyment changes. See, I have not gone to Thailand also, I have not gone to Switzerland also, but I'm just giving. So the thing is, both places we are enjoying. Okay? But the quality of that enjoyment differs, that's all. In Surgaloka also we are enjoying, in Pitraloka also we are enjoying, but the quality can be different. That's why in, Surgaloka there is, Urvashi, Menaka, Rambha, Tilotama and all of them are there. I don't think they are there in Pitraloka. like that. The enjoyment is same, but the quality of enjoyment is little less. And in both loka, what happens? Both loka, as our punya, as we enjoy, our punya comes down and it comes to such a level that so no more money is there, no more punya is there to spend. Kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. They say, tata, bye bye, okay, see you. We fall, we come back. So these are the two loka. One is Surgaloka Praptihi, another is Pitraloka Praptihi. Now comes the next, known as Antarikshaloka Prapti. See, in all this, we are discussing all this. How we know all this? Only through Shastra, okay? Shastrameva Pramanam. And Shastras are that which are seen by the Rishis. And of course, they can see, that's why they are Rishi. We are not Rishis. They say that when we leave this body, what happens? For a Samanya Jiva, okay? That realized masters, they say that, Upanishad says, the moment they leave the body, Devatas themselves comes down. And then, they welcome them. Hey, please come, please come, please come. Like that, they take them. But for most of us, when the Jiva leaves this body, they say that for one day of the Pitrus, we have to be in the same world we are attached with. Suppose I leave this body, I will be in this earthen atmosphere in that, where I feel that I belong to. That's why even if I leave the body in a hospital, the Jiva will not be in the hospital, it will be in his house. And they can see us. They can hear, but we cannot see them. Why? Because they are in Sukshma Avastha, we are in Sthula Avastha. So for one paksha is the day of the Pitrus. Quarantine. We know because of the corona, so many things we learned. Quarantine period is there. Before the Jiva enters into the next level, he goes to a quarantine period of 1 day. 1 day of Pitrus. But that 1 day of Pitrus are 15 days for us. So, the Jiva enter into this quarantine period, 15 days he will be in the quarantine, and all those 15 days, these relatives are supposed to take care of him because his bank balance is not yet activated. Which bank balance? His Punya bank balance. It will take time, he is in quarantine. That's why we do that karmas, etc. Swamiji, we don't do 15, we do only 12 and the 13 days over. That is because you are supposed to do 3 sandhyaha. Prata sandhya, madhyandhinika sandhya, sayam sandhya. 3 sandhyas you are supposed to worship the Supreme, Bhagavan. Sandhya Vandana Kartavyaha. Because you are doing Sandhya Vandana for 3 days, they will reduce your quarantine that 3 days. So you will be free you can finish your quarantine in 12 days. So all those people who are not doing Sandhya Vandana, actually they are supposed to be here for 15 days. But because Shastra said that, thought that, okay, these people are doing. So 12 days Ashuchi, 13th day over. But think about, okay, start doing at least 3. So if you do this, because of these 3 days of our Sandhya Vandana, 3 times of Sandhya Vandana, 3 days are reduced. So 12th day, 13th day we are, released from quarantine. And then what happens? These layers of quarantine for the Jiva. So that Jiva who was there in this, that house released. Now that Jiva can actually little more free, he can roam around. I wanted to see Paris. I could not go because there was no money. So that he can go to Paris. He can go to any place in the Bhumi Mandala. In the earthen plane, he can visit different places. And that quarantine is for 41 days, 1 mandala. See, 15 days of Pitra and Eka Mandala is 41 days. So that's why in many communities, after 41 days, there is a, ritual. Means then actually a very what you call symbolic ritual. In that day, actually night, you are supposed to light a small lamp and then put it into the ocean or to the river, as though you are saying bye bye to that jiva. And they say that after these 41 days, Vandala, the jiva enters into the Antariksha Loka. What is Antariksha Loka? He is not bound in only earthen atmosphere. He can travel any place in this universe, and there he has to stay for one more day. One more day. Not our one more day. Devata's one more day. What is Devata's one more day? 1 year is their day, but he will feel that, the jiva will feel that it's only waiting for a day. That's why in our tradition, when somebody passes away for 1 year, we have more every day on that Tidhi we do some karma and all that, and on the Pradhama Varshika Pinda, it's a very important one, because that is the day he will be released from his quarantine and he will go into the lokas which he has gained, whether it is Devaloka or Pitraloka. More than that, to Urdhvalokadi etc., quarantine is not there. So if the jiva is going to Brahmaloka or the Urdhvaloka or Ishtadevata Loka, no quarantine. But if the jiva, most of the jivas, they enter either into Pitraloka or Devaloka, they have a quarantine period of 15 days, 41 days and 1 year. Now, the next step, so we have seen the Pitraloka Prapti and then Devaloka Prapti and Pitraloka Prapti. Next is this Antariksha Loka Prapti. Means this jiva is released from this body and it can stay in the Antariksha for 1 year of 1 year of human or 1 day of Devatas. And there is no more punya to enter into Pitraloka or Urdhvaloka. They enter into next birth. Because there is no punya, to go to these higher lokas we need punya, it's not there. So what happens? From the Antariksha Loka itself, they enter into next birth. So this is known as Antariksha Loka Gati. Antariksha Gati. Up to Antariksha we go, stay there for some time, and then we take birth again. Next is a very interesting, known as the Jaluka Gati. Jaluka Gati. Jaluka means a leech, a worm. Suppose you might have seen it, when you go to the mountains, etc. They sit on one grass, okay, and then slowly they catch the next grass, then only they release. Like that they go. They say that some jivas, they don't have even the punya to enter into Antariksha Lokadi. So what happens? So they say, there is a dog. Chase it away, chase it away. A cow is standing there. At the time of their death, they see that some animals are standing. Sometimes, you might have also heard that they see that some beings are there. We cannot see them. They say that directly from this sharira, they enter into that sharira. There is no Urdhvaloka, no Loka, nothing. So it is Jaluka Gati. And most of the time, Jaluka Gati goes into lower yonis because of the prarabdha. We'll think about it next. So now that is known as Jaluka Gati. What is Jaluka Gati? From this body, the jiva directly enter into another body. That's it. Like a Jaluka leech, from one grass, it goes to the next grass. Catching the next grass only, it releases from the previous one. Taking the help of the next body only, you can see that the jiva release from this body. Next, Jaloka Gati. Then comes, so how many Gadis are over now? First one, Kaivalya Moksha. Second is Antariksha Loka. Third is Brahma Loka. Fourth is Ishtadevata Loka. Fifth is, in that Ishtaloka only Salokya Sarupya Vrittikam. Next is Urdhva Loka. Next is Surga Loka. Next is Pidra Loka. Next is Antariksha Loka. Next is Jaloka Gati. Now comes the 10th one. The 10th is, see, we are talking about all this going to Pitraloka and to the Devaloka because in our balance, Punya is more. Now there are jivas done so much of papa. See, they have done so much of wrong things. So they created so much of havoc in the world, created so much of pain for others and gained lot of papa. What happens to them? They go to Narakaloka. Like we enter into Punyaloka to enjoy our Punya, Surgaloka and Pitraloka, this jiva enters to Naraka to redeem its papa. So the only, see this Naraka, the heaven and the hell, they are there in all religions. But the understanding of our Sanatana Dharma is this hell or Naraka is not Nitya. There is no Nitya Naraka. See, a person has committed some crime. What happens? He is taken to the jail. According to the real understanding of the jail. What is a jail? Jail is a place where you redeem yourself. You correct yourself. There's a place of correction, not a punishment. So in our Sanatana Dharma, the jiva goes to the hell, goes through different kinds of sufferings. But that sufferings actually takes away the papa of the jiva and it comes back. Like the jiva went to the Urdhvalokas, to the heavens and the Pitraloka, comes back because Kshine Punya. The jiva who is fallen to the Narakaloka also comes back when Kshine Pape. Through sufferings. Their enjoyment takes away our Punya. Sufferings takes away our papa. So even in this life, let's say, Purva Janma Kritam Papam Vyadhi Rupena Jayate. That is the concept of Ayurveda. Vyadhi, not that some cold or some small headache or some, no. Vyadhi, the major ailments come to us because of our papa, of this birth or previous births. Now, Purva Janma Kritam Papa. Now, through the Naraka Yatana, Bhagavata talks about 28 Narakas, 28 levels of purification, okay? And then Garuda Purana, it talks about more. Anyhow, that is something let us not think about in a nice good morning. So, that is known as Narakasthana. There we are cleansed. Like, suppose there is something in our body, how the cleanses, it pains, but the jiva is cleansed up to a limit so that it can come back. The most compassionate Bhagavan gives us a chance again so that we can, one day we'll get that Kaivalya. So this is known as Narakagati. Narakaloka also. So in Indian Sanatana Dharma, see, of course we should not fall into Naraka, but Naraka is okay. Slowly we will come back. That's why even they say that even Yudhishthira, who was embodiment of Dharma, he has to see Naraka for a fraction of time because he lied. What was that? Ashwatthama. Ashwathama hata kunjarova narova. He said, Ashwathama is killed. I do not know whether it is an elephant or a man. But the time when he said Ashwathama hata, everything was silent and Drona heard it. And when when he said Kunjarova Narova, that time Bhagavan blew his cones, so nobody heard it. But still, he said a lie, and because of that, they said that even Dharmatma, Yudhishthira also has to visit Naraka for a fraction of time. That's it. Okay, anyhow. So, Narakaloka, that is. Now comes another concept in Sanatana Dharma, known as Preta Gati. What is the Preta Gati? Preta Gati means the jiva loses its body, but the jiva is not able to understand that it is dead. Because of its karma bandha, it is not able to come out of that state. So it is like a hanging in between. The Upanishad says, Asurya namate loka andhena tamasavritaha tagumste pretyabhigacchandi ekecha atmahanojanaha. People who commit suicide, and such people, they enter into this kind of a state where they are not able to come out. And sometimes, people who are murdered and such, because they have so much of anger in them. It's not that everybody who is killed becomes Preta or anything, okay? See, if that jiva understands this is a play, let this body go, I will get better things. No problem. But if that jiva is filled with so much of anger and frustration and that, it is caught in its own emotions. So that it is not able to come out, it's not able to go into higher levels. That's why sometimes, in many of our South Indian, etc., they do this prasna, say, your Pitrus are, you have to do some things. So we have Narayana Bali and such things, so that, there is one karma known as Narayana Bali. And that what they actually make a body out of Darbha grass and then invoke that jiva into it and make it understand that, oh my dear jiva, you have already finished your karma in this world, now please go to higher levels. And then do this arpana into the pada of Sri Narayana. That the jiva, oh, acha, ho gaya. Okay, thank you. It goes into its sound levels. It's known as the Preta Gati. Okay, so according to our Sanatana Dharma understanding, these are the Ekadasha Gataya. These are the 11 Gatis. And a jiva goes up to the Surgaloka. What happens? All those jivas, whether it is the punya get diminished or papa is removed, what happens? They come back. They come back to this level, this layer of bhuhu. They take up jiva, bodies again according to their vasanas. How we know? The Upanishad itself says, Yoni manye prapadyande sharirattvaya dehinaha sthanu manyenu samyati yadha karma yadha shrutam. Just because we finish this life is not enough. When we go to the Surgaloka or Pitraloka or Narakaloka or Antarikshaloka, what happens? We come back. We come back to the world. Yonim anye prapadyante. We take up another body. How? What is that determines our next birth? Yadha karma. According to our actions, yadha shrutam. Not only actions, but shrutam, understanding. Suppose there is a soldier. Okay, the soldier is fighting for the motherland. To protect our nation, he is fighting. He is killing people because it's a war. He is killing people. The karma is papa. But understanding is higher. So he goes to Urdhaloka. And then we kill a person because of our ragadvesha, we fall. So the yadha karma, not only action, but the intentions behind the actions. Yadha karma, yadha shrutam. According to the karma and actions, we take different bodies. Yonim anye prapadyande sharirattvaya. Until and unless we realize that we are not a jiva, we have to take Sharira again and again and again, slowly, slowly, slowly we evolve and attain our true nature. So until and unless Punarjanma is there. That's why Sanatana Dharma is able to actually explain many things. See, there are five siblings in a family. All five are different because all of them are coming with their own prarabdhas, their own karma. That's why one person can sing very well. And there are children. When they are 3 years, they can recognize ragas. I'm sure you have met. They can recognize complicated raga when they are 2 and 3 years old. There are children who can paint so well. Are they trained it? Have they learned it now in this birth? No, it's not possible. So how we explain it? Because it's a continuation of the last births. Even now, Western psychology also, you might have read that book, Many Lives, Many Masters, etc. Slowly, even the Western psychology is that they are also slowly accepting that there is something. But we have very clearly explained even from the Vedic time about the Punarjanma, understanding of the next birth. Now comes a question which is very much related to this, is the rites. Yesterday we were mentioning about the duties of a grihastha. So we say panchayajnaha kartavyaha. Each and every householder should do panchakrityaha. Panchayajnaha. Which are the Panchayajna? Devayajna, Rishiyajna, Pitriyajna, Bhutayajna, Nriyajna. This is the duty of each and every householder to do this Panchayajna. Yajna doesn't mean only yaga, putting things on the fire, but he is supposed to take up, he is supposed to fulfill his duties. He has 5 kinds of duties. One is known as Pitriyajna. What is Pitriyajna? To take care of your elders. Not only father and mother, the elders of the society should be taken care of. They are Pratyaksha Devataha. They are gods incarnated. That should be our bhavana. They may not act like God incarnated, will be so annoying and all that, but we should look at them as Bhagavad Swarupa. And it is duty of ours to serve them. After they leave the body, it is our duty to, as I was telling, because the ones that leave the body, they are in this universe for 15 days in Sukshma Rupa, so we should take care of them. And when then 41 days and then 1 year, we have to take care of them. Now comes this concept of Shraddha. Shraddha is Pitriyajna. What is Shraddha? What is the meaning of Shraddha? Shraddhaya idam. That which we perform with Shraddha. The word is coiled from the word Shraddha. See, sometimes people ask, why should we do this? Who knows that what happened to them? So why we should not know, because of these different thoughts and different Western education and all that, we lose our understandings and we think these are all just people are gone. Well, dead and gone. That's it. Dead and gone. Okay. So why we perform Shraddha? Because we have Shraddha. Shraddha in Shastra. Shastra says that these kinds of gatis are there, so we should perform Shraddha. So then we say, ask a question. See, on the Shraddha Dina, we give, the Pinda, Jala, and also, what are the four things? There are four things in the Shraddha. In Shraddha, four things has to be performed. One is Pindadana, and then Tarpana, then Dhanam. Fourth is Dakshina. These four things should be done in Shraddha day. Okay? Dhanam, Dana, Dakshina, Pinda, Tarpanadi. Now, see, what is the, logic behind all this? The logic behind all this is very simple. So, as I was telling you, I am in Switzerland and I cannot earn anything there. Only I can spend. Okay, so I went with $1,000 and slowly spending. Now I came to a level that started to show the red light. So you call your brother or sister or son or in India and call, hey, put some money for me. So he puts some money in your account and you can stay some more time in Switzerland. Isn't it? Is it not possible? Even though we cannot earn there, somebody can actually, give us, put some money in our account. This is the same logic of Shraddha. The Jiva who has gained this levels, they cannot do anything there. They cannot gain any more punya there. But suppose if somebody is who gets connected with this Jiva, if he performs some good actions here in his name, in her name, that Jiva can stay there for some more time. That's why in the Shraddha Karma, Dana and Dakshina is very important. Because when we do the Dana, Dakshina, that actually change into Punya. And that Jiva is able to stay little longer in the Urdhva-lokas. Okay, we are doing this. हमको क्या मिलेगा? प्रयोजनम अनुद्दिश्य न मंदोभि प्रवर्तते. If jivas, our forefathers are staying in this Urdhva-lokas, हमको क्या मिलेगा? It is like, suppose, your kaka or chacha or brother is in the PM's office. Now this PM's office, I don't think they do anything. But suppose, some years back, somebody is in the PM's office means you can do anything here. One call, from ticket booking to, train ticket booking to real estate, everything is possible if you have strong connections in the higher levels. See, understand, when our Pitrus are in the Devaloka or Pitraloka, they have Nigraha, Anugraha, Sheshi. Because somebody who is there in a higher office has, they can help us, they can destroy us. Like that, when these jivas are there in the higher office of Devaloka or Pitraloka, they can bless us. And the connection is, the Pidra is very much connected with us. The Pidra recognize us. Just like we recognize them, they recognize us. They have a connection with us because we feel that this is my pota, or this is my grandson, or this is my granddaughter, this is mine, that mama is there. So we pray to Devatas, Devatas' blessings are there universally, but the Pitrus' blessings are very much, very strong. And so as long as Devata, Pitrus are there in the Pitraloka, we are protected. They can protect us, they can help us, they can remove some obstacles which cannot be done in this level. They can do lots of things. So that's why, not because that is why, because it is our dharma. Now, it is our dharma, we should do Shraddha. Now comes this, how much, this are all, depends upon each and every community has their own, laws and understandings. But they say that to our father and mother. Now some communities they talk about their grandfather and grandmother also. But at least our father and mother, we should do Varshika Pinda. The Tidhi in which they passed away, we should offer this Shraddha Karma so they stay for some more time. So there are known as Nitya Tarpana. Every day when we are doing Tarpana, after taking bath, face east and do Tarpana to Devatas, face north and do Tarpanas to the Rishis, face south and do Nitya Tarpana to Pitrus. So that is known as Nitya Karma. Then every month on Amavasya day, on the Amavasya day, we do Tarpana, Pindadanadi for especially Tarpana for the Pitrus. That is known as Masikam. Nityam Masikam. Then comes on that day of their demise. They means the Tidhi generally of the demise, we should do special Tarpana and Pindadana, Dana, etc. for that. And then something known as Varshikam. So Varshika is on that Mahalayam, that Pitrupaksha we have just before the Navaratri, that 15 days for the different people, different days are there. That is known as Pitrupaksha. This is known as Varshika Shraddha. In some traditions we have Karkataka Vaga. So that is not only for our father and mother, it is for the entire Pitrus. Okay, so when we do this, what happens? Their anugraha comes to us. Now, Garuda Purana gives a different explanation also. They say, Shraddha, by doing Shraddha, it is not only that the blessings of Pitrus and protection of Pitrus will be with us, not only that. They say that there is another effect also. What is that? See, the entire culture of Indian tradition is more than verbal, it is something which we feel. A child who lives in an Indian family, he imbibes the values. Not only, like a Sunday school, come and then I will teach you. It's not like that. It is something which is given to us. Or we absorb them. The values of life are absorbed. Think about a child. A small baby, a child, a boy, a girl, 3 or 4 years old. He see that his father, for a child, his father or his grandfather or mother, they are the heroes. They think that they are the highest in the world. They see that one day, father is not eating anything in the night. He's sleeping on the floor. Okay, next day early morning, he's getting up, taking a cold water bath, and with the wet cloth, he's preparing kavya, and then sitting down and offering this, pinda, etc., to his father and grandfather, etc. The baby, the child watches. Okay, and not even in the conscious levels of his mind, in his subconscious and unconscious level, a samskara come to him. He may not even think in verbally like this, but he feels that my father is doing so much for his father or mother who passed away, not with him. How much reverence is there in the heart of that my father? How much reverence I should have towards my father and mother. If my father is doing something with so much of Shraddha towards his father who is no more, I should also have great reverence and love and respect for my father and mother, and I should serve them. This is Shraddham. Shraddha is that which creates Shraddha in the heart of us. So Shraddham is not only for the forefathers, Shraddham is for the entire house, for the entire family, to have that kind of purity, faith, understanding, and to develop that kind of mind to serve. Okay, thank you very much. So this we have very less time, but I try to cover some aspects of this very interesting and informative topic, and may Bhagavan bless all of us to understand this and live a life of Shraddha. When we live together here, understand that each and every karma is accounted for. Not that we do something, police never caught us. But there is somebody known as Antaryami who sees everything. He even sees our thoughts, not only our action, even our words and our thoughts are seen by that Antaryami, and he decides our gati. So may he always bless us. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.